What's up, guys? Selamat Hari Raya. I hope you guys have been having a good couple of days. So it was nice for me this year. Got to spend it with some family. I mean, my brother's not around, and the other one was in Penang. My sister's in Penang. But you know, it was still nice. Got to catch up with a lot of family members. Um, it's been a while since I did a video, so I wanted to do more because I've actually had a few people ask me about it and ask me for some advice and all that. So it was nice knowing that some of the stuff that I've talked about before actually help make a difference and they make some changes based on that. So I thought I'd do more of it, and I wanted to talk about debt because I think it's it's quite a hot thing right now, right? Even Malaysia is in huge debt, and the whole PTPTN thing, people are not sure. But one thing that I know and I've noticed is this is something that a lot of people deal with. Lots and lots of people deal with debt, and it can be a very scary thing. It can start off very small, very innocent, just like a couple of spendings, and then it snowballs into something bigger, and you might not necessarily know how to get out of it. And I spoke to a few people who opened up to me about it, and they feel helpless because they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. It keeps on growing, it keeps on increasing. So I wanted to share some things about how to deal with it. I guess how I would deal with it anyway. So because I look at it as something that you want to fix in the long run, long term. It's not just right now. But a few things before I talk about it, I gotta make it clear that first of all, these are for the people who dah insaf lah, You've probably already taken like a, wedding loan ke, Hari Raya loan ke, renovation loan ke, and then you realize, oh shit, what have I done and all that. So, ni untuk orang yang dah insaf So kalau belum insaf, maybe you're not at this stage yet lah. This is for the people who's already in that situation, and then they're just trying to get out of it and trying to cope with the things that they're facing right now. So I'm talking about more in the long term, about not just getting out of the debt, but to eventually, be cash flow positive, be in a better bagus Lia dah insaf, be in a better place in life. So it's a bit more long term. So the first thing that I would do, the first thing that I would advise everyone to do if you have multiple sources of debt is start paying off all of it, at least a little, especially those that affects your credit. So these are the things that affects your CCRIS. If you're not sure how your CCRIS is, it's actually pretty easy to check. You can just go to Bank Negara. There's a machine. Immediately it will print out, and you might be shocked on the things you find inside, especially if you've been ignoring things like PTPTN. Because some people see PTPTN is like, how it basically shows is it'll show the amount of months that's not been paid. So I've seen PTPTN like 150, 170 months. So that shows amount is not paid. So the things that appear in your credit, it will affect you very badly in the long run. Because it really limits the kind of things that you can do. So first and foremost, start paying for the things that you owe. So common things are PTPTN, credit cards, maybe like a car loan, all the personal loans that I said just now, because they all have like the minimum payments that they need to pay. So as long as you pay the minimum payments, your records are going to be clear. It's going to be clean. So it's going to be like 0000 because no outstanding. It's when you don't pay that it looks very bad. It's like 7-8 months not paid. So as a person, as someone who is supposedly, let's say, trying to get another loan in the future, you are not someone reliable. So you will not be able to get that credit. So start paying at least a little bit so that you can clean it up for the long run. Okay? And it leads up to my second point, because right now you have heavy amount, and people say that the easiest way to be rich is to spend below your means. But what happens when you can't even spend below your means because your commitments is way more than that? So I'm trying to figure out a way so that you can fix that cash flow. So once you've already done the first step, second step is to get a credit card. If you already have a credit card, you focus on clearing that first, which I'll touch a little bit. But if you don't have a credit card, Remember ni untuk orang yang dah insaf get a credit card and immediately get a balance transfer done. I mean, so the things that you have to spend on, because life goes on, right? You know, no matter what you do, you still have all the expenditures, you still have the monthly things that you have to pay for. That one you cannot run away. So you still need money to go on. But in order to get yourself to a position where you can manage your cash flow, with a credit card, it helps you a lot because you can start putting all your spendings on it. That means your groceries and maybe your bills, all those things you put inside there, and it gives you at least about 30 to 40 days longer payment period, and that gives you a little bit of room to breathe. So when you spend with your cards, let's say you've accumulated a certain amount, this is something new, let's say it's not previous debt that you have on your credit card, so you just got a credit card and you start spending everything on it, that means your groceries and all that. So let's say it reaches up to like 3,000 or 5,000 that is spending because of the things that you need. What you can do is you can apply for a balance transfer, and there's lots of balance transfer right now. There's a few that I saw. Maybank especially always has 0% balance transfer. You just transfer those to be 12 months. So you can do like a 12 months balance transfer at 0%. That means you're not paying anything extra, and you can pay off bit by bit, because these are the things that you need to survive. So even if you need to buy things, big ticket items for whatever reason you need to buy, you can buy them at 0% installments. Even if you go to Harvey Norman, they can do that for you with this card. So this helps a lot in getting you to a better cash flow situation. Because right now, whatever the income that you make, all the salary that you make, that's the set salary that you make. You can't immediately just make a lot of money like then and there. So you're trying to work with whatever that you have. So once you've already started paying, of course, if you're not paying at all right now, you're going to start paying, there's no more money, right? So you need to clear that out, get a card so that you can stretch it out, swipe all the necessaries on it, all the necessities, and then balance transfer your amount, stretch it out for another 12 months. So that should give you a little bit of room to breathe. But if you're going to do that, make sure that you pay off all your balances, because you're spreading it out for 12 months, right? So there's no more debts in terms of that, and then you still get to pay for the stuff that you need to. So that's when we go to the third step. If you're trying to get out of it, if you're trying to have a better life, you need to get a side income, but don't just get a side income that's just like, quick money. A lot of people, when they need more money, they just do something really quickly because they need it at the moment. But that is trading time for money. And it's never a great idea to trade time for money. Yes, lots of things that you do, you still require a lot of time to trade in. But try to trade time, even if it's for time, for things that are related to whatever that you're doing. So, say you want to get some part-time income, and you want to also build up your career. So do something that is related to that. So you could be a part-time MC, you could be a singer, you could be a makeup artist. If you're a good cook, you can start cooking. So it can hone your skills for the career that you're in, or maybe the business that you're trying to build in the future. At the same time, it will expose you to the kind of people that's related to whatever that you want to do. So from there, you build your network, and you also get money from there, right? If that makes sense. So like if you're a very social person, for example, if you're studying to be a role that is very outgoing, so you want to do that because of the people that you get to meet. And these people might be the ones who give you your first job, who give you your opportunities. They could be your future business partners. So you got to get out of whatever the environment that you have. Because if everything is just going this way and you don't see any progress from there, and you're just trying to deal with the debt, you need an outside force to come in and give you another influence, another side of life, right? So make sure that it's related to whatever that you want to do. Especially if it's your passion. Say you want to open a cafe one day, you have no idea how to cook. Maybe in the part-time, learn how to do that, take some orders, start giving food, or start selling food and all that. So it will be related to eventually when you open that. So make sure that it's something that will enrich you in the future. Next, you could either do that, or you could get into sales. Try to sell something. It could be anything, because if, say, you want to start a business one day, you're definitely going to need to know how to sell. Because no matter what you do, even if you're building apps, you need to learn how to sell your app. So selling skills is the most important when you're going to start a business. Because if you just relate, because if you tell yourself you just want to have a business partner who deals with all that, I just want to do the technical part, it never really works. Because no matter what role you're in, especially if you're starting something for yourself, you need to be the one who's out there and selling. All of my BNI friends, I think, can agree with that. They're all marketing people for other people's. You need to be able to be the spokesperson for your company, right? So try to do any kind of sales, anything related. You could sell products, you could be drop ship, you could sell insurance, you could sell anything that will make you meet people, face people, because you will go through the same steps. No matter what you do, it goes through the same steps. You're meeting new people, you're building rapport, you want to make sure that they start trusting you, you want to start educating them with the stuff that you're selling, and then eventually you want to capture them as customers. This is the same thing for whatever that you sell. You can sell clothes, so it's those steps that is going to build you as a person, and it relates back to what we're talking about, right? It's more money. So as you get more money and you stretch out all your credit, all this excess money that is not only paying off the bills and stuff that you need to pay for, it also enriches you for the future. At least the future doesn't look so bleak anymore. Hopefully it'll let you kind of see something positive or a brighter future, as opposed to just taking every single cent every month and just paying off the kind of stuff and just surviving. Because we're gonna be here for a long time, so let's work towards that, right? So I don't know, maybe suddenly sounded like so heavy blood. Maybe Aga, just if you guys have any questions about it, feel free to ask me. Little update about my life. I'm basically fully up and running now. Started going to work heavily. Started to I feel bad for Min lah, because as soon as I recovered from my whole food thing, started going to work full on. But I'm learning a couple of stuff right now, and it relates to the future as well. I'm trying to figure out how to build my wealth. I'm trying to figure out how to kind of like build a passive income and retire as early as possible. So it's pretty interesting time for me. If you guys are interested in that, want to talk about it with me anytime, let me know. You could catch up and talk about that. That's all from me. Have a good evening and the rest of Raya. I know lah, you guys Raya 1 month kan. But have a good Raya. If I've ever done anything wrong or said anything wrong to any of you, maaf zahir batin. Take care. Catch up soon. Have a good evening. Bye.